Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another episode of Stand Tall. It is January 9th. We do these uncut, unscripted. We kind of just dive right in and go. So, we're going to start out with The Art of War, Chapter 6, verse 12, actually. If we do not wish to fight, we can prevent the enemy from engaging us, even though the lines of our encampment be merely traced out on the ground. All we need do is throw something odd and unaccountable in his way. Yeah, so even if you aren't ready to fight, you don't want to fight, distract the enemy. Distract the enemy with the unexpected. All right, we like to hop over here to a alternate translation of the Art of War because this has some generals from the time periods reflections on what Master Sun says. So Master Sun says, when you do not want to do battle, even if you draw a line on the ground to hold, the opponent cannot fight with you because you set him off on the wrong track. Li Quan says, set opponents off on the wrong track by baffling them so they cannot fight with you. Du Mu says that this means that when opponents come to attack you, you do not fight with them, but rather set up a strategic change to confuse them and make them uncertain, deflecting them from their original intention to attack, making them reluctant to fight with you. Set up a strategic change to confuse them and make them uncertain. Remove their certainty. That's killer right there. That's what'll do it right there. As soon as you become uncertain, the domino effect happens from there. Jang Yu says that when you are on your home ground and are well supplied compared to the number of soldiers you have, while opponents are in alien territory and have little food compared to their number, then it is to your advantage not to fight. If you want to be sure opponents will not dare come to do battle with you, even though you are not heavily fortified, let them see a setup that confuses them and deflects their course. For example, when Sima Yi was going to attack Zhuge Liang, Zhu took over his flag and put away his battle drums, opened the gates, and swept the road. Yi suspected an ambush, so he withdrew his forces and fled. All right, so I say they're unedited, but my spouse called, so I had to take the call, but it was at exactly the right time. So now we're going over to the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman, January 9th. What we control and what we don't. That sounds like it's going to lead into what Master Sun is talking about, controlling when we don't want to fight and how to control it. Some things are in our control while others are not. We control our opinion, choice, desire, aversion, and, in a word, everything of our own doing. We don't control our body, property, reputation, position, and, in a word, everything not of our own doing. Even more, the things in our control are by nature free, unhindered, and unobstructed, while those not in our control are weak, slavish, can be hindered, and are not our own. Epictetus, Enchiridion 1.1-2. Today, you won't control the external events that happen. It is scary. A little, but it's balanced when we see that we can control our opinion about these events. We can control how we perceive these events. That is so important. You decide whether they're good or bad, whether they're fair or unfair. You don't control the situation, but you control what you think about it. See how that works? Every single thing that is outside your control, the outside world, other people, luck, karma, whatever, still presents a corresponding area that is in your control. This alone gives us plenty to manage, plenty of power. I'd say this is one of the major keys to a lot of people's success, is when they choose not to be a victim and take control of the things that they can control. Best of all, an honest understanding of what is within our control provides real clarity about the world. All we have is our own mind. Remember that today when you try to extend your reach outward, but it's much better and more appropriately directed inward. Right? Draw the line that Sun Tzu is talking about. Draw the line of what's in control and what's not in your control, and focus on what is in your control. And everything that happens outside of it, just perceive it as outside, and don't put pressure on yourself for things that go the way that you can't control. At the end of the day, you'll be much happier and you'll stand a little bit taller.